What blows me away each time I have a session and each time I do demonstrations on the course, teaching advanced conversational therapy, I get blown away by how clients and the students just go into a natural progression of a timeline. What's amazing is that when I had done this before as well, was learn to do the timeline, to go far back to where that event in the past, when you first felt that emotion, when you first felt that scene or whatever it may be. What I really get blown away by is just one or two questions sends them traveling naturally to a situation, event, even back to childhood. It actually takes me back when I was 7, when I was at a party and some boy ignored me and I didn't have the confidence then. Whatever it may be, the timeline happened naturally. And when it happens naturally, there's more of a certainty within the client that they didn't have to try to go back to event. This is something that I've learned over the many, many years doing this, is that when we tell our clients that I do RTT or I do timeline therapy or I do, whatever technique you do, tapping or whatever, they already have a preconceived idea. Oh, okay, well, she's going to set me into hypnosis and I'm going to set into a scene. And I know that it's in childhood because this is what happened. And I know that the addictions because of money blocks and limiting beliefs. Your client, before they even come to the session, is already going to have preconceived ideas of what you're going to do, what you're going to use. And so they've already going to have a thought about what they're going to go to. They're assuming where they're going to go. But if you take them away from that, if you present yourself as a therapist and I do this, I have a conversation with you and let's see where it goes. Boom. They have no idea that they're going to walk into your session with a clean slate, with having no idea of what's going to happen, which is perfect. That's where you want them to be, having no idea because they don't know what the problem is. They're assuming that their anxiety started from when you went to a party and you got ignored by the boy that you really liked. And so that confidence, just diminished and everyone was making fun of you. Whatever it is, I cannot assume that that's the problem as well. So getting your client to come into a clean slate with no preconceived ideas, the only knowingness that they're going to have a result, the only knowing that they're going to have change at the end of the session is all that they need to know. Trying to get your client to go into a timeline and take them up high into the cloud and then across and then go back here to an event and go forward to a motivating scene, scrub all that and just be present with your client. As I said, my students, they went into a timeline, they regressed into a childhood, they find their own issue, they find their own results. And when you do find your own problem, what the root cause is, you have this excitement about you because it's like you have achieved something. You found it out and it wasn't told to you. They resonate even more so. It is a feeling of accomplishment that they now know what the root cause is, what the problem is. Getting into a session, getting your clients to have a clean slate when they come to you is the perfect setup to get a perfect result.